Have you ever felt like your life was paused? Like you're showing up to work, paying bills, doing everything that you're supposed to do, but deep down inside, you know that you're meant for something more, something greater. I've been there. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I'm right there right now. For a long time, I felt stuck, not lazy, not unmotivated, just stuck. Like I had potential that wasn't being used, like my life was maybe waiting on me to make a move. So I started making small changes, nothing too dramatic at first, just small shifts that helped me move from feeling stuck to actually like I was building the life that I actually wanted. So today I'm sharing 10 things that helped me get unstuck. Welcome to Passion Pivot. I'm AC, and this channel is all about reinventing yourself, building new opportunities, and creating the life that actually excites you. If you've ever felt stuck, this one is for you. The first thing I had to do was get honest about where I was. I had to stop pretending that everything was fine, that getting off at 5 and being so exhausted at 5:30 that you sleep until midnight and get up and do it all over again. Sometimes we stay stuck because admitting that we're unhappy feels like a failure. It does. But honesty is powerful. And the moment that you say, this isn't working for me, I need something more, you really open up the doors for change. I also stopped waiting for permission. Nobody's going to come tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, Ange, it's your turn, girl. You got this. Nobody's going to say that. So I realized that. And knowing that, I had to give myself permission to change careers, permission to try every single solitary new thing that I wanted to try, permission to start over and create a life that looks nothing like the one that I have today. I reduced the noise, the social media, the opinions, the expectations, because they can all drown out your natural voice. With all those things going, it's hard to understand what's authentically you and what is somebody else. So I started spending more time thinking about what I actually wanted, not what everyone else was doing or perhaps what people thought I should be doing. Sometimes clarity comes from those very small, still moments where you give yourself permission to dream and think about what it is that you actually want to do. Started taking small daily actions. When you're stuck, big goals can feel really overwhelming. So instead of trying to change my life overnight, I started asking, what's a small thing that I can do every day to change my life? Is it sending an email to somebody that I want to network with? Maybe it's researching an idea that I have further, or writing a plan or a strategy for how I'm going to get to one place to the next. Remember that momentum starts small and builds over time. So don't knock humble beginnings. I also reconnected with my curiosity. When we're kids, we explore everything, but somewhere along the way, we stop asking questions. And I think it has a lot to do with not being interested in half the things that you're not curious about. But I started paying attention to the things that really sparked my curiosity and started to dive into those topics. So that's what I kept researching. Those are the problems that I was interested in solving. So curiosity is often a clue to your next path. So honor that. Change my environment. Your environment influences your mindset more than you think. I started following people who were building things that I was interested in. I started listening to more podcasts about entrepreneurship. I started reading about people who had reinvented their life in similar ages, in similar industries that I was interested in doing. And so when you surround yourself with possibility, you start believing it's possible for you too. I also stopped thinking that I had to have the perfect plan. This one is really huge. A lot of us stay stuck because we think we need the perfect strategy before we can start, or we have to have clarity before the movement, and that's not true. So, not thinking about movement, actually moving. So, remove that barrier. This next one is really big for me. I started talking about my ideas. For a long time, I was one of those people that kept things really close to the collar, and sometimes that's not a good idea. So, when I started sharing them, some interesting things started happening. I noticed that the people that I was talking to were able to connect me with different types of opportunities. They offered feedback that helped to redirect me into areas that I actually wanted to improve in. And so you never know what doors will be opened about or in certain areas based on when you're sharing them in the right circles. So get your get your ideas out there. And so also, I think I am focused on building and not just dreaming. I spend a lot of time, honey, putting pen to paper and mapping out things and dreaming and seeing what I want. But building happens when you start to see changes. Building happens when you start to make movement. So instead of saying, oh, I'm going to start when I get my taxes, or I'm going to start after I get this divorce, or I'm going to start once I lose a certain amount of pounds. Don't wait. Now is the perfect time for you to do whatever it is that you want to do. Find a small way. You don't have to bake the whole pie. Just find a small way to get started. And I think this one goes without saying. I decided that being stuck was no longer an option for me. I was tired. I am tired. I don't have another 10 years. I don't have another 5 years. I got to start shaking these trees today so that I can understand where my next steps are going to be. So I'm not going to stay in a what if. I'm not going to give myself a time to say, well, what if I had tried? No, I'm actually going to go out and try all the things that I want to do in the ways that feel most authentic to me, and the ways that fit, the life that I have today that allow me to bridge over to do the things that I really want to do. If you're feeling stuck now, I want you to remember this. You're not stuck because you don't have the ability. Most of the time, we're stuck because we haven't just decided to make movement on it. Start small, start messy, start without seeing the entire picture. And if you're on your own passion pivot, you're in the right place. I'm AC, and this is Passion Pivot. If this helped you, subscribe and share it with someone that might also be making their pivot. And I'll see you in the next video.